almost ruined my life. And in this video, I am going to talk about what went into the decision making to completely quit and instead go down a path where I will build my dream life, because that's what I want to do. And I've always wanted to do that. And video games were a huge barrier that was stopping me from getting to that point or even getting close. So you're probably in a similar boat, if I'm being honest. I know for a fact there's a lot of people who are like younger in age that watch this channel that love video games and feel like they can't give it up, because I legitimately felt like that at some point. So I'll start out where I started. Right, when I was younger, I obviously got introduced to video games very early on, and I love them. Right, I'll just be honest, I still do have a love and passion for them just because I think they're super fun. But yeah, I started off with like the Nintendo 64, played a bunch of Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, and then it just kept compounding from there. Right, it was just the next console after the next one, and yeah, got the GameCube, got the PS1, the PS2, the PS3. Right, if you guys ever played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, that was my game. I had all the skins on all the snipers. It was sick. But nonetheless, okay, it got to the point where it wasn't really pretty anymore. Okay, and I'm talking about like my college era, maybe a little bit before that, when I had gotten a part-time job and I ended up going full gamer mode, bought my PC, I built it and everything, bought all the equipment, all the mechanical keyboards, all the mouses, everything you can imagine. 240 hertz monitor, you guys know what I'm talking about. And yeah, my initial goal, once I started getting like serious about it, was to make a career out of it, was to make something work, whether that was becoming a content creator, a YouTuber, a streamer, didn't matter, but I wanted video games to be involved. And it started to do nothing but negative to me and my life and the people around me as well, where I started to go down the path where, I felt like I needed to be just super talented, and I needed to just be really good and the best, and I had to have the highest rank in whatever video game I was playing. Just to give you guys some more context, I was playing like Counter-Strike and like Valorant and stuff like that, like FPS games. And yeah, it just wasn't pretty. Like, I always knew I'm never going to be like an entertainer. I'm never going to be the funniest person, because that's just not naturally who I am on camera, at least. In person, it's a little bit different. So I felt like I needed to make it up by like grinding my ass off and just being the best. And as you guys know, in games like this, the competition is like no other, right? You need to be the best of the best. And so that means, if you're not talented, like you need to be grinding like 12 plus hours every single day. So that's exactly what I started doing, but it did nothing for me. I didn't get any more viewers. I didn't get any subs on Twitch. Nothing happened, right? If anything, it just tore me down, and it tore everything around me down. The relationship that I had with my parents wasn't the best, because I wasn't, just talking to them. I wasn't seeing them. It was like I was working a full-time job, but I wasn't, right? The same thing with my fiance now. It just, we weren't really connected the way we needed to. And like I mentioned, I was really wholeheartedly focused on making this work, and it just wasn't going to. And so I ended up coming to that conclusion, when I just noticed where I was headed down. I noticed, I still had this crappy job that I had to work. The friends and people that I had around me, obviously they were cool and stuff, but they didn't have any ambition. They didn't have any big goals. And I did, at the back of my head at least. I never really wrote them down and analyzed them really like I do now. But I knew I wanted a life where, I had freedom. I could just wake up and do whatever it was that I loved at the time. I'm sure some of you guys are probably feeling the same way. But, honestly, I'm here to just tell you what worked for me, why it didn't work for me, I guess. So, do with that as you will. I'm not necessarily trying to say stop, but I do think it would probably be in your best favor. If you feel like you do have big ambitions and you want to be somebody very successful, well, unfortunately, I'd probably advise you to stop playing video games. Stop playing video games, take a break, sell your stuff, because that's exactly what I did. All of my equipment and stuff, the PC, I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I just got rid of it because I knew if I didn't do that, I was always going to go back to it, no matter what. So that's what I did. And I would highly advise you do the same. Take time off, get rid of the stuff, and just focus on whatever it is that's going to move the needle forward. So if you want to have freedom, we'll figure out how to do that. Figure out how to make money online, how to make your own full-time income, right? That's why I do what I do now, because the skill set that I learned provided that for me. So now when I play the occasional game of Mario Kart on the Switch, I don't feel like a terrible person. And if anything, it's way more fun, because I know for a fact if I wanted to, I could stay up all night and nothing would happen because I don't have to clock into a job. I don't have to report to anybody, and so on and so forth. So, that's the overall idea that I want to express here is I was on a path to going literally nowhere. I wasn't making any money. I wasn't building an audience. The competition is, again, like no other. You have to essentially slave your life away. And so I just don't think it's worth the reward that you get in return. Obviously, you see like how many people on these platforms are trying to go down that route, and it just won't work. If anything, I will honestly be completely transparent and say online business is 10,000 times easier because you just need to learn one thing and then get good at it. That's pretty much all you have to do, right? For example, with high ticket appointment setting, right? If you guys are looking into making money online, like appointment setting is by far the easiest thing you can learn. And yet so many people are not taking advantage of what it can buy them, of what kind of freedom it can buy them. If you do love video games, that's completely on you. That's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because I love them too. I honestly grew up with them and it was a big part of my life at some point. And the minute I gave it up was when everything like just kind of came super clear to me. Like I had a bunch of blur in my eyes and I just couldn't see what I actually needed to do. Because that's why video games are as addictive as they are. It's just this huge dopamine rush that people are constantly chasing. And so what ends up happening, they end up getting addicted. They end up having to force themselves to play 12 hours a day to fulfill the dopamine need that they feel like their body needs. But it's not the case, guys. I'm here to tell you, like, just quit. If that's the one thing that I can do from this video is to touch a nerve in one person that can just completely go cold turkey, quit, sell their equipment, sell their consoles, whatever it is, and make a ton of more money because of that and buy more freedom, more of their time, more time with their loved ones, then I have done my job, because that's honestly the only thing I care about. Like I mentioned, I'm not here to like tell you to completely stop, but I honestly think it'd probably be in your best interest if you're trying to make something of yourself. If I'm talking to the regular person that has no big aspirations, and yeah, this video is probably not for you. You probably weren't meant to hear this. But I like to think that all of the subscribers that we have on this channel are people looking to develop themselves and develop the situation that everybody's in around them. So take that with what you will, and I hope to see in the comments down below you guys telling me about some sort of action steps that you're going to do to let go of this vice, because that's what it is. Sell the console, sell the PC, go make some money. Go learn how to become a high ticket appointment setter. I have a bunch of videos on my channel for free. No excuses. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I am honestly having a really fun time making videos like this that are more personal about the things that I've been through, and I hope they're resonating with you guys as well. So I'll see you all in the next one.